Welcome to LB Services, a new video on electronics today, and the subject for this video is the Camranger pan tilt head. These are made for DSLR cameras. I think they were made before the heyday of drones, for people wanting to gather aerial video. They're also advertised for recording football match games, volleyball match games, to use on a very high access tripod, and then with a remote control you can pan tilt, and they're brilliant. Very much similar to a CCTV pan tilt zoom motorized head, but these only have left and right and up and down on the tilt head. Basically, they're made, or they're branded, via three main manufacturers, or maybe they come from the same factory, I don't know. They also come under the name of Camranger, Bescor and Hague. And Hague seems to be the main company that advertise them on their website, and also with Camranger as well. They do them, and they do a host of telescopic tripods, adapter plates, and lots of things that you can buy with them. The generic remote control is this one here. Just seeing if it's got a model number. No, it doesn't. So this is your generic remote control, up, down, left and right, with the speed control. That has a 7-pin DIN style plug on the end, and quite disappointing. I paid nearly, I think it was nearly 40 quid in the UK for this remote control. It's very flimsy, Chinesium style enclosure with a 4-way cursor pad, and probably about 1.5 meters of cable on there, which is really not enough to be doing anything technical with this. I like to use these because I film a lot of music events at various smaller type nightclubs, and I can have these set up within the DJ box on a tripod or on a stand. I can put a DSLR on top of them. I can also put a GoPro on there, video cameras, and I can control them remotely from a distance to pan across, to zoom in and out. The zoom functions are accessed by a separate remote control for my particular camera that I use, but for pan and tilt, they're very good. Please excuse the wobbly camera. But yeah, the remote control is nearly 40 quid, 7-pin DIN plug. I made my own remote control, which is more robust. It's a Hammond style electronics enclosure. I've mounted 4 push button switches, momentary switches. I've got left, right, up and down. Their remote controls wired differently. Theirs is left, right, down and up. But being a left-handed dyslexic, when I'm using this and I'm filming something live, it's more logical to have left, right, up and down, because that's the orientation in which you hold the remote control in your hand. So left, right, up and down, and that works flawlessly. So all I've done is mounted some switches in the back with some, I've got some 8-core black alarm bell wire, which is soft. It's not the hard old copper like telephone cable. You can also retrofit like a Cat5 connection into this as well. But that's the enclosure, that's the wiring. I'm using the very best of the best Nutric connectors, which are very proven within the sound, light and entertainment industry. However, mine are a steel or zinc enclosure, so they last a lot longer. If you accidentally stand on it, you're not going to crush the outer shroud and damage the pins. But for the reason for the video with relation to this, I'm using this remote control, which I've made, and I've got this on a 5-meter length of cable, and I'm also making another 5-meter length of cable with a female connector, and then I can use that as an intermediate extension lead. If I wanted to go beyond 5 meters, I could then extend its range to 10 meters. You can also use a wireless, I think it's a 433 megahertz remote control, which is very easy to make, and it draws 5 volts from here. So it's a 5-volt system. It's battery, or it works on a 6-volt 1-amp DC charger or power supply. Various switches on the back. They don't make any sense. It's basically either on or off, because it doesn't have any programming or an EEPROM, even though it shows you your degrees on the back. So I'm not too sure how that works. I've never figured that out. But I thought I'd make a video on the remote control. What I'll do now, I'll inset a image of the 7-pin DIN plug wiring. So if you wanted to, if you had one of these or you saw one at a car boot sale and it was slightly less than £156 brand new without the remote control, and you wanted to make your own remote control and you were competent and capable of very easy electronics, then you can copy the wiring diagram that I'll inset now for the 7-pin DIN plug, and then you can use that to wire a plug appropriately to the actual control unit. You've got to remember that all of the functions, so left, right, up and down, all share a common ground or a common negative, and you always switch between the positives. So on this one here, you've got left, right, up and down, so that's 4 conductors, and then the 5th is your negative earth or your common ground. But I'll inset the picture now for you, and then you can scroll or you can pause the screen and view that. Okay, we're back. So yeah, that's basically it. That's the picture of the wiring diagram for the plug. Very simple to do. If you have any questions whatsoever on this video, please feel free to comment below. Please like and share the video. I'd appreciate it if you could watch all of the video, which helps with the algorithms. Leave a comment, and if you could please subscribe to AW Services if you enjoy this content. Also hit the bell icon so you get notifications when I release a new video. You don't necessarily have to do that, but if you did subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that. And then if you didn't press the bell icon, you wouldn't get a notification when I published a video, therefore you wouldn't get spammed. But your support on subscribing will help this channel grow massively. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers, which is an absolutely massive milestone for myself. So please support that. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Excuse the messy workbench, just a finished product of my remote control that I've made. So my left button takes me left, my right button takes me right, my top button tilts me up, and my bottom button tilts me down. More ergonomic, better functions, and that's how you make a remote control for a Camranger Bescor or Hague pan tilt head.